I dare you to watch this video to the end. I dare you. Kanye West is a deceiver and he's lying to you. He's not for the people the way that you think he is. And after watching this video, you'll feel the exact same way. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Didi, back up in this bitch with another video. And look, I'm thirsty to grow and to drink some of this water. You can help me out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. That's all I ask from you. I'm going to give you a sec to do that to help me out. All right, so look, I want to say thank you for tuning in to today's show. You know, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here. And I know, I just made a video the other day, I believe yesterday, talking about how Kanye West or Adidas is a hypocrite for dropping Kanye West. And I meant it, right? Because the owner of Adidas is literally a Nazi, was literally a Nazi. I can't make that up. However, Kanye West himself is also a puppet, and everything he's doing and everything he's saying is actually scripted. That's what I believe. And for those of you out there who believe in conspiracy theories or think that I'm a conspiracy theorist, if you watch this video to the end, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is not just me spewing language. And I think the response has been crazy as well, because Kanye West can say something about George Floyd that a lot of people didn't like. Kanye West can say slavery was a choice, but he's not counseled to this effect. He's not losing all his sponsorships and his deals. But the second he says something about the Jews, which he clearly said he wasn't talking about all Jews, this man is being counseled and dropped by everybody. What is that about? That's what I'm confused about, which is another reason why I wanted to look a little bit deeper into this. And so a channel, right, it's a lot of things I could say myself, but I'm not the only person who thinks this. So I found a channel, somebody who I respect, by the way, who feels the same way. Let's see what they're talking about.
He made an appearance on Drink Champs where he sat down with Nori and went off on the Jewish people who run the music industry. In addition, Kanye West made some very interesting statements. First thing that we need to talk about that I must admit is true is when Kanye stated that most rappers are owned by the top executives. Like I said in my last podcast episode, the three labels that own the music industry are Universal Music Group, Warner Music, and Sony Music. We already know these are the three labels that oversee the entire music business. Kanye West is signed to Universal Music Group, who is ran by the most powerful man in the music industry, Lucian Grange. Lucian Grange is not an average music executive. Lucian Grange is well connected and calls the shots for many of the biggest music stars, one of the men that are pulling the strings. Even though Kanye is speaking up about this, Kanye himself happens to be one of those puppets Lucian Grange controls. Kanye is talking about other entertainments getting paid by the Jewish people, while Kanye himself is also getting paid by a Jewish man. They have cut Kanye plenty of checks, and Kanye has gladly accepted them. This is my biggest problem with this entire incident. As much as Kanye seems to be revealing what's going on, he's still a part of the system and is not planning on leaving it behind. At most, it appears Kanye is trying to stand up to the industry for his personal reasons. This time, his comments might have pissed off some of those executives that run the industry. Like Kanye West said in his interview, they have been canceling his shows, they closed his accounts, and he is losing his partnership deals. This is what usually happens when an artist is being blackballed. The thing is, it doesn't make sense that Kanye is being blackballed as he's still getting so much attention and he's literally all over the media right now. If they wanted to silence Kanye, they would do the opposite and ignore him, but instead they're feeding into him and growing his momentum. Kanye is known for saying and doing things that are over the top and get the masses mad. But always, after some time passes, the masses forgive Kanye and everybody goes back to loving him. It happened when Kanye said slavery was a choice. Then again, when Kanye wore the Make America Great Again hat. Then once again, when Kanye met with Donald Trump. Every one of those times, the world was outraged with Kanye, but people still ended up forgiving Kanye and listening to his music and buying his stuff, just like Kanye wanted. What doesn't make sense, like I stated in the podcast, why would they have let Kanye on Drink Champs if he was truly exposing the industry? Drink Champs is an industry show owned by Diddy, one of the biggest names in the industry, and one of the people Kanye is quote-unquote exposing. Just a week before the Drink Champs interview, Kanye was releasing text messages between him and Diddy, calling him out of his name. Why would Kanye be allowed on an industry show to talk bad about the industry or Diddy? That literally makes zero sense. Many people think Kanye is standing up for the people, but in reality, Kanye is trying to get his way from the higher-ups by acting out. It's not like Kanye is planning on leaving the industry or abandoning his fame. He is trying to get what he wants for his self-beneficial gain. It's when Kanye West said that Lil Uzi Vert and Playboi Carti are the future.
Uzi the future. Did tell you that. Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi, like, remember I said future?
Yes, you said it on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, really, you know what? It's always two. It's always two at a time. I mean, it's really Cardi and Uzi. It's really Cardi and Uzi. Playboi Carti and Uzi.
Lil Uzi and Playboi Carti are two of the most open satanic artists in the industry. If Kanye claims he is a Christian who is on God's side, why would he call two Masonic puppets that are openly satanic the future? Why even acknowledge artists like these? The reason for this is because at the end of the day, Kanye still serves Lucifer. With Kanye doing all this, people are forgetting the things Kanye did to get here. In past videos, we have discussed how just about everybody believes that Kanye offered his mother to get fame and success, something Kanye even states himself. People are also forgetting that he said out of his own mouth that he sold his soul to the devil to a crowd of his fans. Add this with the countless Masonic imagery scattered all over Kanye's work. If Kanye was really exposing the industry, why doesn't he talk about the Masonic and Satanic imagery that he himself uses? Why doesn't he mention how the Freemasons are the ones that truly run the music industry? Why doesn't he explain why there's Masonic imagery all over his music videos? Kanye isn't exposing much of anything. If anything, it appears Kanye is just complaining so he can get what he wants. Another part of the interview that we need to talk about is when Kanye states that he is sacrificing himself to expose the truth, and that those in the industry are trying to take him out. Again, this is something that just doesn't make sense. If the powers that be wanted Kanye gone, that wouldn't be hard at all. The elites have removed presidents in the past. Getting rid of Kanye wouldn't cost them much of anything. The thing is, they don't want to get rid of Kanye. They're using him as the villain. We must remember the Masons love duality. They love providing a villain and a hero. But at the end of the day, there are two sides to the same coin, serving the Masonic order. Like I said, I don't think this is what's gonna happen to Kanye. If they wanted Kanye gone, he would be gone already. There wouldn't be this back and forth. When Isaac Cappy started really exposing Hollywood, calling them satanic and evil, they took him out right away. They didn't care if taking him out looked obvious and suspicious. They control the media and the police force. They can get rid of anyone and change the narrative. They are not trying to get rid of Kanye. They're trying to get people to rally behind him and to look at Kanye as a leader figure. We must remember the devil came to deceive and misguide. The devil's a master manipulator. The same we can see with Kanye. Kanye is manipulating the people to think that he's really Christian when we know he's a Satanist. Kanye is manipulating the people to think that he's risking it all for the people, when in reality, Kanye is only doing this for his personal gain. If Kanye would have come out of his mouth and said that the industry was ran by Masons, then I would have started to believe him.
I 100% agree. I agree. Now, while I do believe that some of the things that Kanye West says, I agree with it. I think he's speaking from a place where a lot of people hold dear to their heart, right? That being a lot of different topics that he's touched on. Like, for instance, when he talked about how, Lizzo, and how she pushes this agenda to be overweight is demonic. Let's check out the clip here.
When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight. Media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy. Yes. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and vogue, which is not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's actually clinically unhealthy.
I agree with that clip. I agree with everything he said there. However, I do believe that he is a puppet, and I believe he's being used. And I don't know if it's for an album. I don't know if it's for something bigger. But this is why I say do not idolize celebrities. This is why I say don't put these people on pedestals, because they're being used for somebody else's agenda. I do believe that. And for those of you out there who are in question or who don't believe this or sitting on the fence about it, answer the questions that we watched in this video. What's up with the satanic clothing, right? If you're a Christian, and I know that was before he became a Christian, but why has he never explained that? What's up with all the Masonic imagery in your videos, right? In your pictures? Explain that. Explain if he's really exposing these people who are at the top. Why has he not been taken out? Because it's hard? No, it's not hard to take out Kanye West, right? So explain to me why that hasn't been done yet. I just want somebody to hop in the comments and tell me, am I loony for this? Because this is what I've been thinking the whole time, and I found somebody else who's thinking the same thing and sees it exactly the way I do. If he's a Christian, why is he acknowledging these artists, these secular artists who don't talk about God at all, who don't acknowledge God at all, who are not godly people? It doesn't make sense. If you're going to say, well, he just said they're the future, he didn't say he embraces them. No, why would you even acknowledge them? Name somebody who's for God and say they're the future. Speak that into existence, but he doesn't do that. Kanye West is deceiving us. He's not who he say he is. And I feel like this video was 100% proof. Until next time. Peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.